Welcome back to the campfire, my friends. Today, we're diving into the ancient tales of the Panchatantra to explore a story about two very different animals, and I want you to help me figure out the lesson as we go along. Imagine a thick, green jungle canopy blocking out the hot afternoon sun. Beneath it, resting quietly in the shadows, the mighty king of the forest, a massive golden lion, is taking a well-deserved nap. But the quiet is abruptly and totally interrupted. A tiny, nervous mouse, in a huge hurry to get back to her burrow, loses her footing and skitters right across the sleeping king's nose. The lion wakes up with a start. He lets out a low rumble of anger and immediately slams his heavy, clawed paw down, pinning the little mouse directly to the dirt. Trembling under the weight of his claws, the mouse squeaks out a desperate apology. She begs the lion to spare her life, making a bold promise. If he lets her go today, she will find a way to repay the favor when he needs it. The lion lets out a deep, booming laugh. He looks at this creature barely the size of a single toe and finds it absolutely hilarious that something so microscopic actually thinks it could ever be of use to him. Still chuckling at the absurdity of it, he decides he's feeling generous. He lifts his heavy paw and watches the mouse dart safely away into the underbrush. This leaves us with a question to consider. Is it possible that being small, something we usually view as a complete weakness in the wild, might actually be exactly what is needed down the road? A few days pass, and the lion is out patrolling his territory. He moves with total confidence, stepping heavily through the brush, completely unaware that a group of hunters has set up camp nearby. With a sudden snap, the leaves give way beneath his paws. A hidden trap springs upward, pulling a heavy woven net tightly around the lion. The lion immediately thrashes against the ropes. His calm confidence evaporates in seconds, replaced by the terrifying realization that he is completely trapped and exposed. He strains his massive muscles and lets out deafening roars that shake the surrounding trees. But it doesn't matter. The thick ropes refuse to give, and his giant claws only tangle themselves further into the heavy mesh. The undisputed ruler of the jungle is pinned firmly to the ground. His sheer size and strength, usually his greatest survival tools, are rendered completely useless by the design of the trap. Miles away on the forest floor, the tiny mouse is foraging for seeds when her sensitive ears pick up those desperate, echoing roars. She immediately recognizes the voice, knowing it belongs to the same lion who showed her mercy. She drops her food and sprints toward the danger, risking her own safety to find him. When she arrives at the trap, she finds a mountain of tangled rope and fur. Her tiny body is entirely dwarfed by the massive, thick knots holding the giant animal down, but she doesn't try to pull or lift. She climbs right onto the netting and goes to work, using her razor-sharp teeth to gnaw steadily and patiently through the thick, unyielding fibers. Strand by strand, the rope frays and snaps. The brute force that exhausted the lion did nothing, but the mouse's small, focused, persistent chewing slowly dismantles the hunter's trap. The final rope gives way, and the heavy net falls to the forest floor. The lion steps out, shaking off his mane, looking down at his rescuer not with amusement, but with profound gratitude. The little mouse brushes off her whiskers and looks right back up at him. She confidently reminds the king that she kept her seemingly impossible promise. So what does this tell us? First, it proves that your physical size or appearance doesn't decide how brave or valuable you can be. Every animal has a specific, useful skill. Second, it shows us how kindness works. When you choose to show mercy or help someone else, you send out a positive action that often comes back to protect you when you need it most. What do you think is the best way to show kindness today? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed our story, hit that like button and subscribe for more interactive adventures. The lion and the mouse show us that true strength isn't measured in muscle. It's built through the compassion we show and the friendships we keep. See you next time!